Greetings, I'm Channel Master Jake, and welcome back to Things I'm Thankful For, which is just a small little series that I've just kind of been doing in honor of Thanksgiving, which at the time of this video's release has come and gone, but we're still technically in November, so I wanted to do one more, and it also falls in line with Zelda month, which has always been November thanks to, Peanut Butter Gamer. So I'm going to be talking about why I am thankful for The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Now, first off, I love The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. I adore Wind Waker. It was the first Zelda game I ever played. I think I remember I was about 12 years old, oddly enough, about the same age as Link in the game. About 12 years old when a friend of my brother lent it to us for our GameCube. And I had no idea what Zelda was. It just looked like a fun game and I really wanted to get into it. And boy, howdy, am I glad I got into it. To this day, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker is one of my most favorite games. And I've played a lot of games, I'm a little bit of a gamer. Not so much PC, mostly console, but still, I love it so much. And today I'm going to be telling you why I love it so much. Okay, so my first reason for really loving this game has to do with the style. I love the style of this game. Not just the cel-shaded look of it, but just the cartoony style that they went with. I mean, even Link looks different from your regular Link. He's got like almost a football-shaped head, a la Arnold from Hey Arnold. He's got these big old expressive eyes on him, but you know what? It really does work. Now, I've always been a fan of animation, especially, as a kid growing up, I really got into it. I still love it dearly now. So seeing a game kind of use that sort of styling was really cool for me to see. Not to mention, to this day, even if I don't remember, the names of a lot of the characters, and I never remember the names of fantasy characters, I still remember all the characters just by design alone. I remember Tingle, I remember, the boat. You remember Grandma and his sister. You remember that weird guy who's always depressed and has to run a business all the time. Which is kind of relatable, actually. But still, I remember all of them. And it doesn't even have to do with your names. It's just by the style and the striking designs. Which is, that's just a really cool thing to go for. Another reason I love this game, and this has more to do with as I've gotten older and I've compared it to other ones, it has to do with the gameplay. The sailing mechanic has always been a unique one, and it hasn't been utilized that often in a lot of other games. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Black Flag from Assassin's Creed. That's set in a similar sort of, you get a boat you get to sail and explore. But you're sailing across a giant sea, scouring different islands and exploring, and you get a real sense of, just exploration and adventure, which, is not only something you really want in a Zelda game, but it's just pure fun at its core. Not only that, the, controls themselves, they implemented a lot of cool stuff, like you can press A at certain moments to do a special counterattack, or different ways of, pressing the B button while you're moving your controller, your joystick rather, in different ways, allows you to do different types of attacks. That's really cool. It shakes it up, and you can kind of mix and match different attacks to do some different stuff based on who you're fighting. It might not be super in-depth, but I mean, it's better than just mashing a button and going, come on, come on, come on, do something, ah! So yeah, just the fluidity of the controls and the buttons, which also has a lot to do with the GameCube's controller. It's just, makes playing the game such a treat. Next up is the music, and I mean, oh my gosh. I'm not going to play any here because I don't want my video to get flagged for copyright, but go and look up some of this music yourself if you've never heard it. Not only is it just beautiful and adventurous and catchy as all heck, it is some of the most iconic music in the Zelda franchise, period. I stand by that. Not only do you have the catchy beat of Dragon Roost Island, and you also have like the open wonder of the Great Sea, and there's just so many beautiful songs that just, the music is just incredible. You have to listen to the music. Music is just such an integral part of video games. They just kind of go hand in hand. Whether it's, sound or the absence of sound in games, it's important. And so this game just hits it right on the head. each and every cue that it takes makes playing that game such a delight every time. I even liked the story in it. I mean, when I first played it, I didn't think much of it, but coming back after playing a lot more Zelda games, like I've played almost every one that's been released now by this point, it's such an interesting take on all the other ones that have come before. He's not saving the world or going on an epic quest for the princess or something. He's out there trying to save his sister. That's all he's trying to do. That's all Link is trying to accomplish. And it's a really interesting take. It makes it way more close to home, and you really want to see him succeed more because of it. It's not for the fate of the world, it's for the fate of his family and his sister. It makes it a much more kind of, you know, personal impact, and makes it a much more personal driving force to the narrative. And again, coming back later after I played a lot more Zelda games, the whole kind of flood aspect to, you know, the Zelda lore is really cool and really interesting. It takes something that people are already familiar with, which is, you know, Hyrule and everything, and then just creates a complete dystopian future. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this whole terrible flood happened. This is, you know, a long time after that. What's happened since then? And you see that, you know, now everything's islands, and there's, you know, entire communities that have just kind of sprung up in the wake of this terrible flood. And it's really cool to see kind of how things have progressed forward. It doesn't go back and retread. It goes, you know, into the future and does more cool stuff. And that is always really great to see. So for those reasons, and many, many more, I assure you, The Legend of Zelda is one game that I am truly thankful for. And I love with every little bit of this heart thing that I carry inside of me. It's just a beautiful game and a great experience. Matter of fact, going back to get gameplay footage for this little video, I had so much fun just going back and revisiting it, just kind of out of the blue. It was so much fun! And that's what I look for in a game, is when it's so much fun. I don't care about graphical fidelity, really, or, you know, any sort of, you know, little tricks or something. I just want to have fun with a game. Because it is always a game. Want to play a game? You gotta have fun. And this game is pure joy and fun to me. Alright, and that brings November to a close. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing for December, but I'm sure I'll find something. And I'm looking forward to just having more fun and making more videos in the new year. I kind of juggle this between my 2 going on 3 jobs, so it's kind of, whenever I get a chance to make something, I kind of jump at the chance. This is how I spend my free time. But in the meantime, yeah, like the video if you liked it, consider subscribing and becoming a channel master yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to hug someone you love today. Bye.